In this one, I am taking you over to Urmston Aquatics. Now, I was given the shop to myself, so me and Joe went over after hours and he gave me the shop to myself so I could do a shop tour. And oh God, it was epic, honestly, because there was no one in my way and I wasn't getting in anyone's way. And the shop is amazing. It is in Manchester in the northwest. So let's get right into it. So this is Urmston Aquatics. It is in Manchester. It's a stone's throw away from the Trafford Centre. I use the Trafford Centre as a guide because it's most people who outside of Manchester will probably know what the Trafford Centre is. It's literally next to the Trafford Centre. And the layout of the fish shop is absolutely brilliant. You come down the stairs, you hit the marine, you then go through this door and there's this big, huge tropical setup. Now, I will show you the marine towards the end of the video, but we're getting into the tropical fish room first. There are so many display tanks. Something that Joe said to me as well was that this was probably the favourite fish shop she's been in because the tanks look amazing. She loves the wood and the way it's set out. And I think that's good feedback because she travels everywhere with me to see these fish shops. So great feedback for the guys at Urmston, that I think. But we'll start in the tanks. Let's see what they've got in stock. And they had so many fish in stock. Honestly, it was unbelievable. This tank has got some gorgeous Santa Persa in. It's got some gorgeous Geophagus olifrons. And there's a nice size Oscar. All these fish were a decent size. There's a couple of Chalias in there as well. These are a decent size. You know, I talk about this on my fish shop tours all the time, that most fish shops have small fish. A lot of them have the bigger size fish, but it's always great to see them at good sizes. So, you know, people who don't want to wait to grow them out can go and get them like that. Some more Geophagus, some lovely angelfish. Check out the Stendica discus. Honestly, they're phenomenal. I think going back to saying about scaping the tanks right, it sets the fish off more. These look amazing. I actually asked Spud, who owns the shop, is this a display tank? But it's not. These fish are for sale. And as you'll also see, there is an Asian arowana in there. They have 3 Asian arowana for sale. They all come with certificates and they are all stunning. Honestly, high quality fish. I love them, honestly. I would love one day to keep an Asian arrow. They do a lot of your South American fish. They do a lot of oddballs. They do a lot of live bearers, your barbs, your tetras. They are stocked up on lot. They do stingrays at times as well. And this tank in particular was stunning. This is albino threadfin acara, your normal type threadfin acara, also known as hecalai. And in the next tank, I was really impressed with these. These are the balzini. Honestly, if you could have sexed a pair of these, I probably would have took a pair. But I haven't got room to stick a group in at the moment to grow my own pair out. But these were really, really eye-catching, honestly. Outstanding fish. And these 2 tanks, again, to look into them, they're set up really well, aren't they? And there's a lot of fish in each tank. That's the story of most of the fish shop, to be honest with you. Every tank is very well stocked. And Spud said to me that it wasn't as stocked as they'd like it to be. This is an L14 Sunshine Pleco, one of my favourite Plecos. Lovely. They change when they get bigger, but they're still as beautiful when they get bigger. And then we had this mixed tank. So there's obviously not my thing, the parrotfish, but I know a lot of people who watch the channel, they like the parrotfish, and you know what, everyone to their own, I suppose. But there is some nice wood catfish there. They're nice, them wood cats. Some more Geophagus. There's an eel. So a mixed tank. There's an Oscar, a couple of Oscars. Tinfoil barb. So again, the fish in that tank were quite a decent size too. These are high grade lemon Oscars and high grade chili red Oscars. I see these a lot, but I've never seen them as nice as this, if I'm honest with you. And they're a good size as well. So what you'll find with a lot of the smaller ones, when they grow, they start to fade. But these are a decent size and they still look fantastic. So quite positive. If you're after something like that, go and see the lads at Urmston and have a chat with them about this species because they look good. This tank, when I was at it, I didn't see anything and there was loads of hides, and then Spud took the hides out and lo and behold, there was these 3 big fire eels. Look at the green phantom, it's massive. I nearly bought that green phantom. I'm not going to lie to you, but I didn't. There is an Adonis Pleco, a rusty Pleco, some keyhole cichlids. But I love that, you know, you're looking at a tank and you don't see anything, and he took the hides out for me, and there's all these species of fish in there. The Adonis Pleco is quite nice, to be fair. And then this is an old school fish for me. It's the White Cloud Mountain Minnow. So these I used to keep these a long time ago. These might be a different type to the one that I kept, but how epic is this tank? I could just sit in front of this tank and chill out because it's stunning, isn't it? And like I said to you, this is good memories for me, these fish, because I used to keep them many years ago. And then this is the main display tank. I mean, I have no words for how gorgeous this is. There's so many clown loach. It's got a couple of longfin barbs. There's two really nice turtles. There's denison barbs. There's rainbow fish, tiger barbs. There's some gouramis in there. It's a 950 litre tank, and it escaped very nicely. The last time I was in this shop, they had stingrays in there. So, you know, it's they change it about. I think he said when I was there the other night that he was thinking of doing stingrays again in this tank. And the great thing with having a shop is you can just sell the stock and redo whatever you want to do with it. So that's always good. But at this moment in time, it's looking absolutely stunning. There'll be so many fish in that tank that you guys are looking at and you guys keep, or you guys want to keep. It's absolutely stunning, honestly. And obviously I spent a lot of time looking at this tank. I wouldn't mind that in my house, actually. And then, like I said to you before, they do a lot of barbs, they do a lot of tetras, they do a lot of live bearers, they do a lot of corridorus. And I tried to film as much as I possibly could, but when I actually even finished filming, which is, this video is not far off a 20-minute long video, I still kept finding things, you know, because obviously I purchased some fish, which you'll see in this video, and I'll tell you what they are. And when he was bagging the fish for me, I was going around again, I was thinking, I've missed that. But there's only so much I can film without you getting bored. So I've done as much as I can. I have showed you loads, but what I would say is, if you're in the area or you can get to the area, I would highly advise you visit this shop, because there's something for everyone. Honestly, there's something for everyone. And there's quite a bit of rare stuff in here as well, you know, so it's well worth a visit, and it's big. There is also, upstairs is a massive dry goods area, which I will also show you in this video towards the end. Now, these are the other two Asian arowana. They're £490 each, and there's 3 of them. And I said, they come with the papers. They're absolutely stunning, honestly. They're really, I think they're a high grade. I forget what they're called. It will say it on the tank if anyone can see that. But yeah, they are such a nice arowana. And there's another one as well. And, you know, I do a lot of these tours, as you know. It's very rare I see these for sale. I've seen a couple in the display tanks as shop pets, but I don't really see these for sale. So it's something very different there for people if they're interested in this. But you do need a big tank for one of these. They don't get as big as your silvers, I don't think, but they still get big. And look at that. I love the top of it, you know, where it's smooth and it just blends into the scales, and the scales are so thick. Stunning, stunning fish they are. And yeah, anyway, moving on to more tanks. There is just fish everywhere in this fish shop, and it's great to see a shop taking care of how it looks. It's really, really clean, and like Joe said, it looks very presentable. It's very well done. And I used to go in this shop before these guys bought it, and it was nowhere near as good as it is now. So they've invested a lot of time and a lot of money in this place. So if you used to go in, go back in now, you'll be shocked for the better. Another display tank with some stunning discus. Those discus are absolutely, they're fire, them, aren't they? I don't think I've ever seen discus like that before. And I usually say that I prefer the wild type, but they are absolutely fire, them. This tank is absolutely amazing, isn't it? I mean, look at this. Again, there's obviously someone in this shop that can aquascape pretty well. So I should have asked Spud and give him a shout out, because it's absolutely brilliant. And them discus, they are probably the nicest discus, in my opinion, that I've ever seen. Even better than the wild ones. I'm going to put it out there. Little red spotted Severum. There was a couple of these scattered around the shop. Some chocolate cichlids. There's one in this tank and one in the next tank. A couple of small jaguar cichlids. Some Parachromis manoense. There. See that one have a pop at the other one. Again, another chocolate cichlid. Some gouramis. Don't know if they've separated those chocolate cichlids. Maybe they was scrapping with each other. I don't know. Some more barbs. These are nice barbs, these. I've seen some really nice barbs on my journeys of late, to be honest with you. I think this was an emperor snakehead. Now, it is a snakehead, and off my head, I think it was an emperor snakehead. I'm not really that big on snakeheads, but yeah, I think it's an emperor snakehead. And then these were quite special. Something that probably a few weeks ago I may have talked. This is the red-based snook. Now, for anybody who wants to grow their own pair, there is a group right there. You don't see these often in the shops, and when they get big, they do get big though. They get to 16 inches. They can grow up to sizes of 16 inches, so you do need a big tank. But when these get big, they are epic. They're quite nice when they're small, to be fair. And as you saw, there was a bisha in there as well. Some true parrots, as you can see, they sold. These are the fish that I took home. I took these 2 true parrots home. They're only small, but it gives me opportunity not to have to rush to move into the 7 foot. I can grow these out in the 5 foot if I want. And the pike that I'm putting in the tank as well, they're only small as well. So I want to grow them out together. And there's some lovely aquadens in there as well. That's a nice little tank, that. I was quite impressed with that little tank. Aquadens grow into something fantastic as well. An absolutely beautiful fish. And then these are red Texas. So these are a hybrid. And for anyone that doesn't know, these are a mix between a Carpenter's or a Texas with a parrotfish. You do get a couple in each spawn that turn into super red Texas. But these get really nice. The super red Texas are absolutely unbelievable. But the red Texas is a nice fish when it grows. Stunning fish, but it is an hybrid. So if you're into your hybrids, then this is something that you might want to consider. And I'm just reeling off all these amazing fish. And I'm going to put it out there. This is probably the best ram that I have ever seen. I could not get over how gorgeous it was. There was 2 of these in this tank. And also the size of it was massive. My old favourite, some waru. So these were only £12 or £14. I can't remember. It was one of in that region. I've been seeing some waru at this size in shops for about 20 quid, sometimes more. So these are a bargain. So they are going really expensive, the waru. So yeah, they're a good deal. Some more red spotted Severum in another tank that's set up brilliant. Some bushfish. I call them bushfish. And then another tank full of different fish, some silver dollars, keel cichlids, some rainbow fish, some barbs. They're just, honestly, the opportunity to set yourself a tank full of fish, or to get fish that you don't own or you are looking for. You've got the opportunity in this fish, just like you do at Wharf, just like you do at Pier. The amount of fish available is unreal. These are very smart. These are, I think they're called the glass fish. They see through, the transparent, and they all swim together like that. So it's quite nice to see. Very, very, very interesting fish, that. And there's a couple of small BNs, as you can see at the bottom in there as well. Another hybrid, a flower horn. You love them, you hate them. Which one do you sit in? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I don't hate them. I don't keep them, but I just don't keep hybrids. Then there's some stunning Plecos. There is a lot of Plecos in this shop, but a lot of them were hiding. So obviously I've probably missed quite a few Plecos, but that is a beauty under there. And then this big L27 scribble Pleco. This actually belonged to one of my subscribers, Rob. So if you're watching, Rob, there's your fish. It's now obviously up for sale with Urmston Aquatics, and it's near enough half the price it was in this shop than when Rob bought it. So get yourself a deal if you're into your big Plecos. Some Black Widow Frontosa, some more Geos. The colour on those Black Widows is absolutely outstanding. They are really popping, aren't they? Absolutely lovely fish, them. And this is a little cold water section. I didn't actually film all the cold water fish. I only filmed this tank. Some nice cold water fish. There was about another 6 tanks, maybe, at a guess, of cold water fish for anybody that's interested in that. But again, it was your cold water. we got to the marine bit, and you know me, guys, I've never kept marine. My knowledge on marine is rubbish, so I'm just going to walk you around the tank, show you what they've got. I do like the look, and I mentioned on my fish shop tour of Oasis Aquarium that the Oasis Aquarium had an amazing marine area, and I said in that video that Urmston have got one just as good, if not better, and this is it. It's fantastic, honestly, and I think this was something that when they came to the shop they really expanded, and yeah, it stands out. It's gorgeous, some beautiful fish. I'm going to be honest, when I see it, I love the look of the fish. I've just never done it. I don't know why I've never done it. I probably now, after 30 odd years of keeping fish, I'm probably not going to do it either. I know that there's people who keep marine fish and they're very, very passionate about this and this, you know, the saltwater fish. I know that if you're on Insta, there's a guy called Jamie who I've known for a very long time who has now gone into the reef side of things, and his channel is Reef and Teeth, but you know, and he seems so passionate about it. You never know. I don't ever write anything off, because you know me, I'm like I see a shiny ball and I go towards it. So I would never write anything off with me, and my decision making changes at the click of her fingers. So you never know. But I know that Joe likes them. Joe always points out just how stunning they are. But yeah, that's the marine area in Urmston Aquatics, and it's outstanding. So we are upstairs now, and this is the main part of the shop, and it's full of dry goods. You can get pretty much everything you want. It also sells pet food as well, so it does pet food. There's the pet food section there. There's a massive reptile area where you can get your reptiles or your reptile equipment, and then there's a big area for your fish stuff. So I'm just panning you around. Check that piece of wood out, that was massive. I'm just panning you around, just going to show you what it looks like, and hopefully you'll see, maybe see something that you need or something that you want, or you know, and feel free to ask me any questions, because I can get the answers for you. There's something you don't see a lot of in any fish tank that I've ever been in anyway, and that's the biohome media. They're the only fish shop that I've seen do that. So if you watch Pond Guru and you use your biohome, these do it here. And yeah, there's some more reptile area. It's massive. Honestly, the shop is huge, and very, very, very impressed. I think my words to Spud when I was leaving was, this is shit hot. It's fantastic. I've not been in for a bit. I used to go in quite a lot. I've not been in for a bit. I obviously been traveling a bit, but it made me realize that I need to be going here more, because there's a lot of fish shops out there that I go to that I don't even film, and I'm not going to mention those shops, but this, you know, I like the shops that I think that are up there, and this is one of them. And as you can see, so many dry goods, so much to offer. Fantastic. And then there's this scaping dojo. So for anyone that doesn't know how this works, is you get your rocks, your wood, and you can do your scape on that and pick whatever you want, and you can actually set it up on that dojo before you go home. And yeah, anyway guys, we are going to wrap this video up now. So big tour, another big tour, but I think that, do you know what, if I go in there and do a 10-minute video, there's so much I'm not showing you, so it's a big video, and I'm sure you'll agree that that shop is absolutely epic. I just want to say a massive thank you to Spud for letting me go in his own time to give me the room in the shop to film the video, and very, very much appreciated, and very, very, very impressed with that shop. So anyway guys, just leaves me to say thank you. I just want to thank you all for the support you give me. It means a lot, and yeah. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to see you all on the next one.